Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial. This is a continuation from the hardware tutorial that we had before. So I'm just going to show you how to set up speedPLC software and also how to get started making the necessary connections to the PLC and even up to the stage of loading your program into the PLC. Alright, so first of all, I just want to say that I already have the speedPLC software installed in my computer. So I will just show you how to download it. So here you can head on to Fulltech website, and I will go straight to PLC. But for the sake of those who have never visited the website, I'll just go through the whole process. Okay, so because I'm using English, I'll select the English option and head on to PLC. From there, I'll just go scroll down, and you can see here there are download links where you can download speedPLC software, and you can also download Fullmatic 7 CPU user manuals. Alright, so if you click here, there will be a link that is going to show, and you can just download from here. Okay, so one more thing I just want to say before we continue. You need Java software installed in your computer to have this software working properly, for you also to do the simulations and whatnot. So I'll try to close this and reopen it again. So I'm opening speedPLC now, the software, and now this is from my previous project that I did. I'm just going to create a new project. Okay, when you select create new project, you have an option of selecting the CPU that you're using, or the CPU that you bought. Okay, in this case, for whatever sake, I'm using the CPU 0. Okay, that's the one I'm using for simulations and stuff like that. So CPU 0, I've selected it and I click OK, and then a new window has shown up that is clean, and there is no program that is written whatsoever. Okay, so here, as you can see, we have some blocks on this side, on this tree. We have startup block, shutdown block, interrupt, main block, program block, function block, and data block. So these are different structures, or can I say that blocks that are used when you're programming the PLC. Okay, so startup block is the block that is going to run when the PLC comes on. Okay, just after, as soon as the PLC comes on, this is the block that is going to be scanned, and if there's any program that is in there, it is going to do the necessary functions. So shutdown block, the opposite of this startup block, it runs right before the PLC shuts down. Okay, interrupt, it's an interrupt block. Maybe during the program cycle, you can call an interrupt block to work, and it stops the program cycle and goes into that interrupt block, and does the necessary, and scans the necessary program and does the functions. So the main block is where we usually put our code. Okay, that is the block that is run after the startup block. So this is a periodic block. Okay, so maybe after a certain scan time, it is run and scanned, and this happens until the PLC is switched off. So we have function blocks and program blocks. These are blocks that can be called within the main block. Maybe you feel the need of separating your code into different small portions. You can use function blocks and program blocks, and you just have to call them from the main block. Right now, as it is, we're in the main block. You can call them from the main block, and they can also be ran. So data block is just it's like a block of data. Okay, that's where your variables are found and their values and stuff like that. Okay, so for the instructions, we have bit logic instructions, bit operations, communication. So these are the instructions or commands that we're going to be using to run our code. Okay, so first of all, I want to say that right now I have a PLC 0 that is connected to my computer. So I'm just going to check my IP address. Let me do that right now. So I'm just going to check my IP address. IP version 4. This is not my IP address. Okay, this is my IP address, okay, for my computer. And by default, Fulltech makes its devices have an IP address of 10. Okay, so I'm just going to prove that there is a connection to my computer by pinging that IP address for Fulltech devices. So we just want to check if there is a connection. And as you can see from this, we have sent 4 and received 4, and there's 0 losses. So there is indeed a device that is connected, which is the CPU 0. Okay, so I'm just going to come back here to the CPU. What we're going to do here is just we're going to load a simple program, or we can simulate a simple program. Okay, so what I want to do is come to the bit instructions, select a normally open contact, and also select an output Q. Okay, I'm going to also select another normally open contact and select Q. All right, so I'm just going to call this flag 0.0 because we want to be able to control it within the program. So we can set this to true or false. I'm going to set this as input 0.0 because we're going to get that from the PLC. And I'm just going to make this Q 0.0. And I'm going to just make this Q 0.0. And I'll make this as a set, and I'll make this as reset. Okay, so according to our program, we must be able to get a digital input from the PLC, which is going to reset this, and also get set an internal bit that is going to set this. Okay, so we need to download it to our PLC, select all blocks, and we need to load it. So PLC installation is complete. Run the PLC. Yes, we're going to run the PLC, and we can go online to check the progress. Okay, so now this is the program that is on the PLC. So right now I'm just going to set this to true. Okay, so on the PLC this is on. I'm going to press, let me set that back to false, and we've closed it, and we know this is still set. On the PLC my digital output 0 is still on. So what I'm going to do is just going to press a button on the PLC, a digital input 0.0, to reset this program. Yes, as you can see, I've made that work. All right, the next thing I want to do, actually I'll do it on the next video. We'll talk about maybe making function blocks and other things. That's for me for now. Ciao. Hello guys, welcome to the tutorial.